Hello, my name is Emma Jones, and you are Wang Tao, right?
Yes, that's right.
Thank you. Can you spell your surname for me, please?
Yes, Tao, it's Tao.
Thank you. Where are you from?
I'm from China, specifically from Beijing.
Thank you. Exam begins. Language Cert Test of English, Speaking A1 to C2 examination, the 10th of July. Now, part 1. I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. Do you prefer working from an office or working from home?
Um, I never worked from home, so I don't know, really. But I'm thinking that working from an office might to be better.
Why?
Well, you're not lonely. I mean, alone. And you learn how to do the job from more experienced colleagues. Um, what else? Um, you make friends. For example, in my office are people that I like, and we hang out together when we have break. Another thing is that work always at work something is happening. You never get bored.
I see. Now, what do you enjoy doing outside work?
Outside work, let me see. I like running a lot. Every morning I go in running in the park for about an hour. My roommate tells me I'm crazy, but but I love it. It clears my mind. Um, um,
Okay. Anything else you enjoy doing outside work?
yes, yes. I enjoy to go out for dinner with my friends. First, we like to try different types of food, and we always laugh a lot. We talk about news, we do fun of each other, and sometimes we do plans for our next night out.
Sounds like fun. Now, tell me about a time you were successful in a job interview.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question?
Of course. Tell me about a time you were successful in a job interview.
Uh, I had an interview for this job I'm doing now, so I was successful. Um, uh, I wanted to find a job as a data analyst because it will help me gain experience and do a master's degree later on. Um, on that day, I was very stressed, but fortunately, the person who interviewed me was very polite and helpful. She asked me about my studies and my plans. She also asked me why I wanted to work for their company. It seems I did a good impression because 3 days after I got an email, they gave me the job.
That's great. Thank you, Wang. Now, part 2. In this part, we're going to discuss something together. Our manager has asked us to think of the best ways to build a successful business. Let's discuss these ideas and try to agree on which ones are the most important. Take 20 seconds to think about what you want to say. I'll start. I think that setting clear goals is the first thing to do. If we know what we want, we can take the right steps and achieve it. Do you agree?
Um, yes, I agree with you. I always set goals too, I do it because it can help me feel more confident and concentrate on my work. Usually this brings good results and business people know it. Um, Also, I'm thinking that people who do business must be willing to take risk. Sometimes it is necessary. I mean, they might have to put money to things that might or might not go well. What do you say?
I absolutely agree with you. Risk is part of doing business. I also believe that one of the most important things businesses should do is invest in talent. What do you think?
Um, I'm not sure what that means.
Well, it means finding and training the right people for the job.
Oh, um, okay. I see. Well, this is important. Then, when people who work for a company have good qualifications and um, do the right trainings, they can work fast and correctly. In this way, company will deliver projects more quickly. Um, it will have better name and it will make more money. Um, what about this one? Are you thinking people should work long hours? I'm not.
Well, I'm in two minds about it. Sometimes people might have to work longer hours when they have to meet a deadline, for example. Isn't it so?
I suppose. But what I wanted to said is that generally, if people work long hours every day, they get tired and might not be so, well, how do you say, efficient in their jobs. So it is not a good idea to keep people at work until late.
You've got a point there. What about market research? If you ask me, this is one of the first things businesses should do.
You are right. Business must, how can I say, um, ask people if they like their products or not. Then they can offer market the right product or service.
Absolutely. Thank you, Wang. This is the end of part 2. In part 3, you are going to talk on your own for about 2 minutes. Your topic is what you value most in a work environment. You now have 30 seconds to write some notes to help you. So, your topic is what you value most in a work environment. Wang, please start.
Um, I started working for a company a few months ago, so I'm not very experienced, but um, there are some things that I care. Um, First of all, a good relationship with colleagues is valuable because you can support each other when problems come up. Also, you have a good time with them and make new friends. Um, another serious, important thing is to have a sympathetic boss. We all want a boss who is understanding, who don't get angry and discuss with us what we need to do. Um, I also like to work in a pleasant and clean environment because people spend many hours at work every day, and it is important to spend the time in a place that has good lighting and decoration and is cleaned regularly. Um, another thing is how well you get paid. I believe this shows if your employer recognize and respects the work you do. Good salary makes people work harder, and this can make companies successful. And I I also care about opportunities that job offers. You know, um, to work in a interesting projects or get a higher position after some time.
Thank you. Now, let me ask you a few questions. Do you work better in a calm or lively environment?
Calm environment, yeah, it's better because you can focus on work. I like when it is relaxed and aren't people who argue or shout, but I don't mind when people talk or laugh about something and sometimes if it is very quiet and nobody doesn't speak for a long time, I find it a little I find it a little um depressing. So I guess I like calm environments, but not too quiet.
I see. Now, let's move on to another question. In your opinion, how important is having fun at work?
Um, I'm thinking this is very important. Uh, we spend many hours at work every day, and when we have some fun, it makes it easier. I very like jokes and a little conversation with colleagues, and it's fun when let's say um uh someone's birthday and there is a cake and wishes. I think that having fun makes work less stressful and helps people cope with difficulties.
What should employers do to ensure that everyone in the work environment is valued and supported?
Um, I'm not sure I understand the whole question, but I'm thinking that um, employers must be fair and must have good communication with their employees. They must trust them and pay them well because like this everyone would be satisfied and do their job well.
Thank you, Wang. That is the end of the exam.